Okay, Christina here to listen to some music, and today's music selection is Dust in the Wind by Kansas. We had a poll on Patreon and for channel members for songs by Kansas, and Carry On My Wayward Son took first place. I've already done that reaction. Go back and see that if you want to. This one came in second. It was also recommended to me to use the official video for this, and I'm kind of excited because I kind of want to see these guys. I was super impressed with the previous selection, with Carry On My Wayward Son. The musicianship, the composing, the hooks in the song, good stuff. So I cannot wait to dig into this one. And what reason are we digging into this music? I am a professional classically trained musician, instrumentalist, vocalist, composer, and professor. So we dig into all of the details of this music, how it's composed, all the instruments that are used, and how we relate to it. Why might we like it, or why might we not like it? A lot of people voted for this one, so here we are for it. Okay, so no more delay. Let's listen. Okay, so excited. Finally get to see these guys. Here we go.
Close my eyes, only for a moment, and the moment's gone. All my dreams pass before my eyes, a curiosity, dust in the wind. All they are is dust in the wind. Same old song, just a drop of water in an endless sea. All we do crumbles to the ground, though we refuse to see. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind.
Okay, I'm going to back it up and get into the whole violin thing. There's a violin solo. I'm so excited. Okay. Yay! All right. The violin's very happy too. Well, this was very unexpected. Like, really. This is not like the other song that I've heard, Carry On, My Wayward Son. But it's built from the same stuff. You can tell it's the same musicians, just a very different feel. This is just simply gorgeous. It really is beautiful. And it's so simplistic. And sometimes that's almost a challenge to make simplistic music be able to stand on its own. There's a difference between simple and simplistic. It takes a lot of musicianship to play this song. And once again, I'm impressed. And I get to see them perform. Okay, guitar was beautiful. Singing was beautiful. The violin playing was beautiful. I have much more to say about it, but we're going to go back and hear it from before the violin solo, because I just got so excited that I sort of lost my wits. So I'm going to go back, hear that part again, and we'll hear it on out. Oh, it's a short song. It's too short. I want it to be longer. Okay, here we go.
in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Dust in the wind. Everything is dust in the wind. Everything is dust in the wind.
Okay. Well, I love that. That was really great. Again, it seems simple, but it's not. But I'm seeing who's performing and how. They all sing. The lead singer is great. I love his voice. It's forced, like a chest voice almost, but it still has a smooth quality to it, so it's still soothing. And again, he has great control of his vibrato. I know I said that in the previous reaction too. It's just really a lovely voice, and he can like both sing this beautiful tune and completely rock out. I heard them singing as a chorus in Carry On My Wayward Son, and they were all pushing the sound through, but they all matched. All of the voices that were used matched, and so it still made a great chorus, even though it's kind of pushed. This was more flowing. I heard some head voice usage from some of the other singers as well. Great blend, great pitch, good use of the range, and then the guitars, the duets. There's nothing better than a great finger-picking guitar duet. It's very special with just one guitar, but when you add two, there's just something that adds so much more depth to it, and it's really special. You think you're hearing just one, but then you realize, no, there are two there. They're supporting one. It's almost sneaky. It's like two people whispering. And what they're saying is just very poetic. And I did hear some percussion. I was like, what am I hearing? A little like, is someone like hitting the guitar? But no, then they showed the percussion. I'm glad they didn't leave the percussionist out, because man, the drums rocked in Carry On My Wayward Son too. Wow. So I'm glad that they put him in there just a little bit. Am I disappointed that the violin is the lead instrumentalist, No, I'm not. How often do I get to see violin as the lead solo instrument? I mean, I know the guitars are working hard too, but they were also accompanimental. So how often do I get to do that in a rock and roll song, right? Love it. I also have to say that in the video here, the violinist stood his ground. There's something about standing on stage holding a violin that is a little unnerving. Maybe because the instrument is just kind of like when you're standing, well, like if you're sitting in a chair, you're sort of more compact, but when you stand up, it is kind of a smaller instrument. And if you're on a big stage with, big musicians and a big musical moment, you have to sort of choose how you hold the instrument. And I thought he did that very well. He was very cool. It went very well with his beard and the hair and just the look overall. Okay. I'm going to dig into the violin solo, but first I want to go back and hear the beauty of the beginning of this. I really want to admire it. See how cool he is in the background?
I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone.
Oh, they're good. So smooth. So well done. Oh, I was getting goosebumps all the way through the song. The first time through, and it's already coming back now. So, okay. really, his voice is just gorgeous. Let's just keep going. I want to hear it.
All my dreams pass before my eyes, a curiosity, dust in the wind. All they are is dust in the wind. Same old song.
Lovely. So it sort of goes back and forth between major and minor, and the chord progressions are pretty predictable, but they really dig into the bass part of the guitar. And we're not always expecting that just with acoustic guitars. You know, it's not an electric bass. We're missing that part of it. So when it focuses on the upper tones of the finger picking for the guitar and the voice, and then the violin coming up soon, a lot of treble voices. So when we hear the lower strings from the guitar, it really grounds us and it brings out some of that emotion. That might have been the first place where I started getting goosebumps. Let's just go back and hear what I'm talking about here.
Pass before my eyes, a curiosity, dust in the wind. All they are is dust in the wind.
The bum, 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 that right there. That's the true substance right there for that chord progression. Okay, are we headed into the vocal duet, I think? I want to hear that again too.
Same old song.
Great blend.
Just a drop of water in an endless sea.
Excellent harmonies.
All we do crumbles to the ground, though we refuse to see. Dust in the wind.
Lovely. The chorus.
All we are is dust in the wind.
Okay, that was really great. What the lead singer at least did. They all kind of did it, but especially the lead singer, what they did with the expression right there, kind of pulling back and then pressing forward. Let's hear it again. It was really beautiful. That's the kind of thing that we tend to do as string players because we have that control with the bow to really push and pull the sound from the instrument. Let's see. Yeah, just that little and then the little ornamentation at the end. Gorgeous. Okay, and now he's getting ready to play. I'm excited again. Here we go. Form. It's an interesting sound. So the sound is sort of doubled or something. There's an electric sound added to it, and it sounds sort of like a Celtic fiddle, very folkish. And obviously there's another violin line. He's not playing all the notes there, but that's okay. For the video's sake, you know, things have to happen in certain ways. Okay, his form. He obviously has formal training in playing the violin. How much? I don't know. But he's all holding everything pretty well. His bow hold, the pinky's a little bit straight. We want more like this instead of, you know, more like that. But there's some flexibility there. He's playing more towards the middle of the bow. Sometimes we tend to get stuck way up at the tip of the bow, and because it's more difficult to play down here at the frog. That's what we call the frog. It's where you hold on to it for the bow, and it's harder to play down there. So a lot of people, when they first begin playing the violin, they get stuck way at the other end of the bow. He's firmly in the middle or the upper 2/3 of the bow, and he has the bow tilted so the stick is away from your face. That is correct. You have to do that so that you can control the bounciness of the bow. His left hand is also in the right place. Really good straight form. You don't want to be like this. It needs to be just like this. You see his pinky's a little bit straight, but that's okay. And he has a nice vibrato. His bow arm looks very good. Yeah. So the other thing with the bowing is that you don't want to move your whole arm. You just want to you keep the upper arm still and the lower arm just goes like that. And that's absolutely what he is doing. See how the bow is tilted? Also, I said like the stick has to be away from your face. The hair is pointed a little bit to you, and he's right squarely in the middle of the bridge and the fingerboard. And again, the vibrato was quite lovely. It's a little bit on the slow side, especially for classical playing. You would want to make that a little bit narrow and speed it up. But for this setting, it's very nice. Like if I were playing this, which I might have to try, I would not want to use that classical vibrato. I would have to actually actively work to tone it down a little bit because it just wouldn't fit, you know? All right, let's keep going. There, that little thing right there. So bum, 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 that right there, it looks easy, but it's not. So let me demonstrate. Okay, let's see. Something like that. I'll have to go back and listen. But did you notice that already I'm trying to do a faster vibrato? And his is more like... And that is more fitting for this piece. Okay. Let's go back and see that little thing that I said was not so easy. Looks easy, but it's not. That. So in order to do that, you have to be able to lift the bow. In order to lift the bow and have it come back down on the strings, you have to have a flexible bow hold. And you have to be able to come off of the string. Coming off of the string is hard to do. So we can play. But if we go... So I know I make it look easy, but it takes years to be able to do that. So that's what he's doing. Just that right there shows me that he knows a lot. Okay, let's back up and see if I was right about how it goes. Okay, there's the other violin part you don't see him play. Bongos again. That's great. Were those all the way through? I don't know. I'm so taken by all the violin stuff that I wasn't hearing it. Okay, so I was just kind of playing around. This is the sort of thing, I've done this in the past where I've been hired to come in and provide backup string lines for album recordings such as this, and they sort of plunk us down in the studio. We get our headphones and they play us the tracks and they say kind of what they want, but then they let us to just try to come up with a few things and experiment. And the way classical musicians play, we're usually so attached to what's written on the page. And so when we have to sort of lift out of that, it can be a good challenge. And you just have to not be afraid to do that experimentation. So we just play a few lines. If we like it, we keep it. kind of work it into our memory, play it back, they get some recordings, and voila, you've got some string players on your album. So that's some of the stuff I've been able to do. I'm not sure what the process was for them, but you can tell that he's very dedicated to these lines. And no, the violin line doesn't exactly follow classical structure. It's more along the lines of traditional folk music, but at the same time, it's also something completely new. Okay, so thanks for indulging on my experimentation there. It wasn't perfect, but you don't have to be perfect, right? I always say that, but it was still a lot of fun. So I also did see some lyrics on here. I caught a lot of them, and I want to go back and see what. So I've known that there is a song called Dust in the Wind. I can kind of already guess what it's about just based on that. I mean, I grew up with Bill and Ted, Gen X, all we are is dust in the wind, dude. So I get the idea, but I want to take a look at these lyrics on their own. I close my eyes only for a moment and the moment's gone. All right, I can hear that in the rhythm in my head. All my dreams pass before my eyes with curiosity. Yeah. Dust in the wind, all they are is dust in the wind. Same old song, just a drop of water in an endless sea. All we do crumbles to the ground, though we refuse to see. So really beautiful message, and it is similar to Carry On My Wayward Son. So here's another stylistic thing that crosses over. Carry On was like almost talking to your past self, or an older person talking to a younger person, giving them advice, like a true voice of maturity. And I feel this is the same. All we are is dust in the wind, dude. And again, even the words here are rather simplistic, but they're still very poetic and beautiful. Only for a moment and the moment's gone. Oh my goodness. How many slow dances were danced to this? Beautiful. Okay. That was Dust in the Wind by Kansas. Oh, and I just realized, like Dust in the Wind, Kansas, that happens in Kansas, like the dust storms, the whole Dust Bowl thing. So another layer there, whether or not it was intended. This was beautiful. Again, I kind of knew that a song named Dust in the Wind existed. I would not have connected it with this band. Didn't really know what decade it came out, but here we are in the 70s. So Kansas started in 73. This came out in 77. Gorgeous, gorgeous moment for this band. I still don't have much to compare it to, but compared to the big hit full of all those catchy hooks with Carry On My Wayward Son, this is so different, and it's just as good, but in its own right. And of course, I was sold immediately with the violin. And it would be fun to keep playing with it and even work out a few more harmonies. In fact, that might be a violin solo that I sort of keep in my back pocket. There are a few pieces that all violinists need to know. And so if someone is like, hey, can you play this song? Can you play this piece? And you're like, actually, yes, I can. Maybe this is one I should work up. Just in case, you never know. If you're at a fun gig and this comes up, and it's like, hey, I can play this on the guitar. Can you play it on like, yes, I can, actually. Let me get my fiddle. So, all right. And then also quoting Bill and Ted, all we are is dust in the wind, dude. And now I see why Socrates, if you know, was so excited. It's a great concept, and this group composing this piece around it was pretty smart. So will this go on my playlist? Yes. And when Carry On My Wayward Son is playing, and I know this one's coming up next, I'm going to be super excited. And I'm going to put them on repeat and listen to them again and again. What's next? I don't know what came in third on the poll. Or if maybe there's going to be another direct request. If you want to do that, you can do that on Patreon or on Ko-fi. You can also support the channel on Throne or become a channel member. Or just leave comments, recommendations, suggestions. I love all the comments. I love the music community that we are building here. And as always, just remember that you don't have to be perfect. Go ahead and experiment with some harmony lines. It's all good. And just be okay. And keep listening.